Well. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. We are back in the building, people. We are back in the building. We're here on Wind Down Wednesday. Y'all know who I am. I don't even know if I need to introduce myself, but since this is the last Wednesday of the month, I'm going to tell you anyway. My name is Sandy, and I'm sitting here with my friend.
Hey, it's your girl Chanice. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Like she said, this is the last Wednesday of 2021. So, wow, that's a lot to take in, ain't it?
No, that's nothing itself. We can just say the end. Let's just cut it off.
Okay, beginning and
Yeah,
end.
that's enough in itself. We don't really need to say anything else. But hey, welcome people to Wind Down Wednesday. We hope that you have enjoyed yourself and welcome back. What's going
Yes.
on?
Hey, Ashley. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks
How
for
was your
tuning in.
Christmas?
Yeah, we pray that your Christmas was well, your family was well, everything and everybody in your life was well. But in the meantime, between time, before you even answer that question, how you been, sis? How's your week?
That's right. It's been going well. Had a little turbulence there in the beginning, but for the most part, can't complain. Stay home for Christmas, had a good Christmas, kind of relaxed. So that's always a good thing. Everybody's still on this side of the dirt, so
Yes.
nobody's sick or coughing, hacking up nothing. So yeah, we're all good. How about you? How about
I'm
yourself? How was
good.
your Christmas?
And cheers to all of that. My
Okay.
Christmas was wonderful. Life is good. God is good. We are all still alive and well. What's going on, Carolyn?
Hey,
There go my
Carol.
sister. Thanks for tuning in. But for me,
Yeah.
everything has been good. My family, my closest friends, it's life is good. God is good. Everybody is well. We're here on the side of the concrete, the dirt, the water, the grass, you name it. We're here to talk, to see each other, to smile and be happy, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. These last couple of years have been like a trying time for all of us. But yet we still here and we're still alive. So for me, it's been great. No complaints. My Christmas was Christmas. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad that that's all done and it's all past us and we can move forward to another year, another season, another day, minute, second,
It
whatever.
didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same. It's
Yeah,
different,
it's different. It's different. I think it's because of what's all been happening and what has happened and what continues to happen. But you are whatever you make it. If you
For
want to
sure.
make it miserable, it's gonna be miserable. But for me, it's been good. It's been great. Everybody is still kicking it and doing what they're doing. So I cannot complain. And every day I wake up, I say thank you, Jesus. So
For
I'm
sure.
grateful and thankful. I'm grateful and thankful. But for moving right along and moving on into the next thing, and let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it. It's been a lot going on. It's been a whole lot going on. But I'm good. This Omicron, people need to just make sure that they take care of themselves. It's hard to not. That's the way I see it. You choose whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, it's about taking care of yourself. And not just you, your family. So it's a beast out there. That's all I know, and I'm trying to be as safe as I possibly can. But it is what it
Yes. Be
I
safe
can't
without it
I
being
can't live in this boxed house forever. I
right.
gotta get out at some point.
Right.
It's just to be safe when I do it. Yeah. Do I know people that have gotten corona or COVID or Delta or Omicron? Absolutely. Plenty of them. But God spared their life. So and that I'm grateful for and thankful for. So we just gotta keep doing what we're doing and just be safe. Don't
As
stop
best you
living.
can. Yes, as best you can.
Don't
Because
stop living.
I mean, we all up against something, right?
24/7, 365.
Go sip on
I'm gonna sip on that.
that.
But it's been good. So, other than that, let me tell you something I saw. Things happen. People do, to each his own. And I was looking, of course, I'll tell y'all. I'm always reading and I'm always saying something. And things change on a daily basis. But that's what. What's up, Sister
Hey,
Bear?
Beverly, thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thanks for tuning in from the Toledo, Ohio.
Woo-woo.
Checking in. That's my sister from another mother.
All
Love her
right now.
to death. Yes, love her to death. Always looking out for my family. I tell you what, that's one of them. She one of them ones you wish your mama had. You know, I wasn't replaced none of my siblings. I just wish she was
But
in.
add her. You said add her, but add her.
So she good people. And so I got a lot of them. Carolyn is another one, you know. So it's like you just, you know, there are some that you just wish you could just add them in, you know,
And you
biologically.
have, and they
You
are.
know,
So
and they have been, you know, had truly been added in to my family, and I appreciate that, and vice versa. So let's talk about it. But girl, I was watching on looking on TV, not TV. I was looking on the internet the other day, and to each his own. You do what you do, people. I don't care because you ain't in my household. Why is it that this woman who wants to be a man, but she's a woman, but she wants to be a man, dating this man or involved with a man, a real man, and she got pregnant and had a baby. And then she gets mad. She's in the hospital and she has the baby. I don't know who saw this, but she's in the hospital and she has the baby and gets mad at the nurse because the nurse calls her mom.
you just had a whole child. I think you are the mother, correct?
Yeah. You just had a baby. And you mad because the nurse said mom.
Wow.
But your internal, insides are all female. But you get mad at the nurse because she said mom.
Beverly is dying as I am as well. I can't understand it. I can't understand it.
She done grow a beard and everything. Beard, mustache, all of that. I mean, all of that. I mean, y'all can go.
She gave birth. It don't matter. She gave birth.
Go look for it. Go scoop it up. I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is something that
you can't.
make it make sense. She is a woman. Yes, Sister Bev. She is a full-fledged woman. Go back and look. I'm telling y'all, go Google it and post it in there. Go Google the photo because she is all woman, and she's gonna have the nerve to be mad at the nurse because the nurse called her mom.
Clearly, she's every woman. She just had a child. I mean, you know.
Exactly. And my thing is, that's some of that 2021 stuff, you know, which is, that's that 2021 stuff. It's like we done been through a whole lot of stuff in 2021. That's some 2021 stuff.
Well, one of the least of the things that we need to be worried about right about now.
Sweet baby Jesus, you already know. You know, it's easy to be like, you know, you side eye.
Am I being punked? Like, what is going on?
It's got to be a camera somewhere close around watching this foolishness.
This is a joke.
Unbelievable. I had to get that out of there. How you gonna be mad? I had to throw that out because that's some of that craziness. Exactly. Hey, Ashley,
need to be left. Yes, Ashley. It need to be left in wherever it's at in 2021. Okay.
It's craziness at its finest. That's some of that crazy stuff. And mentioning crazy, you know, Ashley sent me a message and I shared it. You know, it's like when is enough going to be enough for us to continue and stop going through the racial profiling and call them out on the carpet? You know, when a black man owns a business, you got a white police officer coming in telling him that he got to go because the white guy said that's my property. You ain't even looking at the paperwork. Paperwork clear as day stated this black guy owns this property, but the guy being a white officer did not even take the time to look at the paperwork, just made him get out and allowed the other white guy to change locks. Now,
what?
Yeah, now they're not being allowed to either go in the premises or anything or file a complaint against Sharonville Police Department, Cincinnati, Ohio, Hamilton County. I'm just saying.
Shame on you.
Somebody make it make sense. Some craziness in 2021.
Oh, man.
You would think racial profiling would be somewhat over.
It's never a thing in the past.
You know, they wouldn't even think about doing it, wouldn't even look at doing it, make it make sense. You know, you pick and choose your battles. You pick and choose what you want to do. I'm like, yes, Carolyn, go federal. I even said, send it to all the news media. Yep. I shared it on my page, on my personal page. I said I was going to share it on the Tech Radio page. File a federal lawsuit. That's what I said.
For sure.
You got to make it make sense, because if you telling me that this is my property and my name is on it, but I got to change the locks because the white man said change the locks, and the police does it, I was like,
Is this a business?
yes, it's a business. It's in
You
it's a
see,
business.
so now the business is losing revenue
Yes, they are
because of this
losing
foolishness.
because of, and then Sharonville police will not allow them to file a complaint. Make it make sense. Some craziness going on.
That's Thomas foolery.
That's time. And then the fact of the matter is that the media want, I don't know what it is. They, I would report them. Well, you can't report them. Well, you can to the FCC. But my thing is, make it make sense, and you try to give it to all the people to share it. But it's clearly racial profiling. Clearly racial profiling. Once again, some foolishness in 2021. This is what we're
Man,
still dealing with. Craziness and foolishness in 2021. I will share it again on the Tuck Radio page so everybody can see it, because it don't make sense. Make it make sense. You're going to make me change my lock because that white man said change my lock, because the white cop came up and said, you got to get out of here, and then allowed the white guy to change. Make it make sense. Tomfoolery in 2021 still. I mean, it is beyond Sharonville. You are absolutely correct. But the fact of the matter is, Carolyn, that the media don't pick it up and won't pick it up. But I did share it on my page a couple of days ago, and I will share it on the Tuck Radio page too, because you got to make it make sense to me. And some of that stuff that we need to get beyond, which comes to my next thing is
stuff you don't hear about.
Yeah. I mean, what are you not taking into 2022? What is, if it's something that you wish you could have done differently, totally, what would that something be? And what baggage are you not taking into 2022? Now, we say this stuff all the time. We say it all the time.
Every year.
You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome, Ashley. But I will continue to post it on my page, and I'll send it out to people that I know. But what is it? If you could change something other than Corona and the variant, no, I'm talking about with you. With you. We're talking about 2021 gone, 2022. We're about to face a new. Now, all of this is another thing, folks. All of this new, I'm getting ready to get on the treadmill and lose 1,000.
Oh, Lord. 2021 out with the old, in with the new. And the gyms is packed for the first month and a half, from January to a little bit into February. And then by March and April, it's empty.
Done. You
fell off the wagon already.
If somebody buys you a membership to a gym, what you think they trying to tell you? Think about it.
Get it or don't. Get it or don't get it.
Some foolishness in 2021. Somebody get you a gym membership. What they trying to tell you? Hey, I'm just saying. What is it that I'm not taking no tomfoolery in the 22. These things I know. These things I do know. If I could change anything in the whole year if I could change anything, I wouldn't. Because right now I can't think of nothing that I would change. Absolutely nothing.
I'm a second that right with you, and the reason being is just because if I changed anything, it wouldn't put me at a place where I'm at right now. I feel like everything you go through in your life, even though you like, what could I have told my younger self? What could I have told my 20-year-old self, my 18-year-old self? But at that time, even if I was older and told myself, would I have listened? And then had I, it would change the trajectory, it would change the viewpoint and the spectrum of a way to, how I look at life now. So, I mean, everything happened, I feel, for a reason. So to get you to where you are now, wherever you are in your life right now, whether it's a storm or you're having challenges or difficulty, or you're in a good place, it's taking time. It's taking the things that you've been through to get there. And I know a lot of times on the show, we talk to people, or we talk about how people envy other people's lives and it looks so good and they got this money and they got that, but you don't know what it was that they had to go through to get to that place. You know what I mean? Like, what looks good on the outside to others may not necessarily be that case, for that person that's experiencing it. So, you got to take the good with the bad. It's all a learning experience.
You got to. What's up, Kelly? Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
Tuning in. One of our favorites. You always got to take the good with the bad. regardless of what it is, because it's all a learning experience. So why would you even, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, if I wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't do that again. You know, ain't no way I would have married him or
I
her.
would have bought that
No way.
scratch off ticket. I
Yeah.
should have bought that scratch off ticket.
Exactly. I know I should have bought that car. You know, I know I should have picked up that penny. I mean, you know, so why change anything if you don't have to? And you're
There you
right.
go. Yes.
We are who we are. And why would we want to make a change in being anything different or anybody different? Because God gave us who we are and what we are. He knew where we were going to be before we even knew it.
Exactly.
I mean,
And what choice that we're going to make even
Exactly.
in today, because daily we're still making choices. You know,
Yep.
do I want to stop and get my gas before I go to work, or do I want to stop and get my gas after? Everything in your life, everything that you do when you wake up is a choice. So yeah,
it is definitely a choice. Carolyn says she was just thanking God because she's been through 2 hip replacements.
oh praise God.
You know, through both surgeries, you know, 2022, she said, get ready, because I know, you know, she and I talked, she said she
I
about
know
to
that's right.
about to run 100,000 miles with them 2 new hips. You better be doing some hula hoops and something else with them hips. No,
Go ahead, Carolyn.
You better be doing some up and down with them.
Work them hips, girl.
You better be looking back at
Dance.
it. You know what I'm saying? You better look back at it now. You got them 2 new hips. That's how I'm saying. You know, she bringing 2 new hips into 22. I get it. That's what I'm talking about. So don't bring no old baggage. Try not to. It's very difficult for us to sit here and say we're not doing that. But I think at the end of the day, we can really say that, because it's totally up to us. It's totally up to us. It's up to the individual person on what you want to do and how you want to do it. So if you continue to come in 22 mad because you was in 21 mad, then that's totally on you.
And majority of people, they don't, you know, majority of people don't wake up, that I know, me, you know, that we associate with, don't wake up and say, you know, I want this negative in 2022. You know, for the most part, every day is a learning lesson. So,
Right.
you know, the calendar flips from 21 to 22, but at the same time, like, all positive. If you're thinking all positive, what we say, positive in, positive out.
That's correct.
If you do your best. I mean, things happen in our life that aren't always positive, but it's our viewpoint, it's our perspective on it. So that's what I'm taking my whole life, you know, every year.
Exactly.
Each day, you know, it's a learning lesson to do something different and do something better. So that's where I'm at with it.
Me too. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect, or I was perfect, or I've been perfect, you know, because it used to be
human.
I would carry that negative baggage over into the next year. But I refuse to do that, because I'm trying to live longer. I want to be happier in 22. I was happy in 21, but I want to be happier in 22. So I'm bringing my happiness from 21. I'm floating that thing right on over to 22.
All right now.
Right on over to 22. So I can continue to be happy and the people around me happy. So
I love it. Yes.
What are you bringing over into 2022? And if there's something that you could change, now let's just be honest, what would that be? Would you not get that dog that you got? Now I might change that. Now that might be something I change. That might be something I change. I might have said,
No, you can't. No.
I might change that. I might go back and change that. 2-3 years ago, we can't have no dog, Courtney. That's a wrap. No.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
Yeah, but
and here we are.
You know, I guess I'll carry him over into 22. I mean, I guess I'll carry him over.
You better.
If I don't, I tell you what, I'm gonna have to put her out too. I mean, put her out.
I'm taking more funds and more laughs. You know what I mean? More funds and more laughs. And I feel like the older you get, the simpler things should be. And so you just gotta take the simple things. You gotta take the good with the bad, but I'm here to take the positivity and the simple thing and the laughs into 2022. Okay, the fun.
The fun and excitement, you know. And I was texting brother back and forth earlier today, and you know, we was talking about doing some things, and I was like, do you not know what I can do with this and do with that? Can you say travel? Can you say smile?
Man,
happy? You know, that's what I can see in 22. I mean, I could see that in 22. Whether or not, if I don't do nothing but go right across the country over there to, and I call it the country, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Be happy. Carry something new over into 22. Don't carry that old garbage, that baggage, and
no, let's walk away.
Exactly.
Yes, Ashley.
Yes.
Ashley said, live in the moment more in 2022. That's right.
What's going
laugh
on,
more,
Jennifer?
listen more. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for tuning in. Yes, laugh more and listen more.
Love you, Jennifer. I was just looking at your picture the other day. I was like, look at my home girl. I mean, miss y'all growing up, that's another thing. You don't forget how you grew up. So however you grew up, that's the positive piece that you're going to continue to take from year after year after year, and it's like, you got to be happy, man. You just got to be happy, without a doubt, and that's so true, Carolyn.
Right, Carolyn.
And our happiness is totally up to the individual person. If you want to be negative in 21, then you better stay on back in 21. Draw that line and say 21 on this side, and then put another line, say 22 on this side. Now you decide which side you're going to stay on, because I ain't on that negative side. I'm not. A lot of us have been through some very difficult times in 21, but you got to try to move forward. You got to try to move forward. Move forward. There's not times, a lot of times we stay with quicksand and put our feet in the cement. It's like, what does Sam heal? Can't do that. Let's just keep that thing moving. Now, on that note, when I say keep it moving, Courtney had a question for me this morning.
Oh.
And I'm like, I know, right? So we know that it is Kwanzaa season as well.
Correct.
So she asked me, she said, Mom, why didn't you teach me about Kwanzaa? She said, because, I've learned along the way what it means. And I've learned it in school and just by reading and, us talking about it briefly. But why is it that you never taught me about Kwanzaa? And that's what I told her. I was like, that's a great question. Great question. I said, because first of all, growing up, when I grew up, I don't think, Kwanzaa wasn't mentioned in down south in the dirty dirt roads of Samson, Alabama. They ain't say nothing about Kwanzaa. Only thing they mentioned, Christ is born on Christmas Day. And we celebrating it. We're celebrating the fact that Christ was born. He's the new king and all that other stuff, whatever. Away in the manger. We did not celebrate Kwanzaa.
And even in that, the translation has gotten lost because it's more on focus on gifts and folks going broke.
Correct. And people making more out of Christmas than they do out of Kwanzaa. People are making more of us think about Christmas and New Year's more so than they are doing Kwanzaa. And so Kwanzaa kind of falls in the gap somewhere and it gets lost. And then this is another thing that I told her too. I said, you think about it, Kwanzaa falls in that realm of right after Christmas, right before New Year's. People aren't thinking about, I say, you have to also do your history, do some education on why we even got Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is not really considered, it is now, but they don't let you off because of Kwanzaa. They're not going to let you off because of Kwanzaa. They're not letting you off because of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa go for 7 days. They're not letting you off because of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa started in 1966.
Yep.
And it came from the Watts riots in California. So it's not really considered a religious holiday like Christmas is.
On the calendar, correct.
On the calendar. It's correct. That is correct, Carolyn. It's more of a commercial holiday than what Christmas is considered. Now you can say, and then again, she was like, well, what if I was working somewhere and I said I want to be out for Kwanzaa? I was like, what if they don't let you out? She said, well, then I would use it and say it was a part of my religious background. Well, Kwanzaa is not really a part of religion. So You better be careful. And when you, I'm just, this is the homework piece. This is the, when you have to read about stuff and you read what day meant, the 7 days of it, what each day meant, and why does it mean that? We fail to realize, Christ is born on Christmas Day. That's how, we know that, maybe it wasn't Christmas, but it was a day we know he was born, but they decided to choose December 25th for whatever. He could have been born on January 1st.
No, right.
It's a day that we have always known that the star was star in heaven, and then away in the manger, there go Jesus, and he was born. Who's to say it was Christmas Day? That's just the day that they gave us. So Kwanzaa is not really considered. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
We got any folks out there that celebrate Kwanzaa? Please, we love for you to chime in, tune in, give us some information, educate us. We're all about that.
Because it's a lot of, we didn't teach our kids about Kwanzaa,
For sure. And we definitely didn't really learn about it in school. It's not really just till, I want to say maybe past 3 or 4 years that there's been a mentioning of it,
Exactly, Carolyn. But particularly in the Black community and for the Black families,
For sure.
that's a day or week that people celebrate because they don't celebrate Christmas. So they celebrate Kwanzaa instead of celebrating. Right. To each its own, and you do what you do. So, for those that do, and you're right again, it teaches us a way of living, because if you go back and do your homework from when it originally started, and the reason why it started, it is because of the way they treated us, the way we were treated during that time, during the Watts riots. It was for us. It was for Black people. So Kwanzaa was created for Black folks.
Right.
And you're right, Carolyn, each day has a different meaning, because they fought back then. Down in Alabama, we ain't think about I was a year old. Didn't know nothing about no Watts riots. Had no clue about what was going on out in California. It's all about African Americans, Beverly. It's all about being Black. Because how many white people just absolutely positively celebrate Kwanzaa?
Do they even know what it is?
Some of them know, not all of them.
Yeah, some of them. And like I said, the exposure has been little to none.
Right.
Whether it's on TV or, in school, like you really don't.
And they don't teach it in school like they should, or it could have been taught, which is unfortunate. And Carolyn, you're right. It was a way to build a stronger community back in the day. That was way back in 1966 when it was formed and when it was put into place. So to each its own, and the culture did come from Africa. Even when you go back and look at Africa, how they celebrate Christmas, they do a whole freaking month. If I'm not mistaken, they do a whole month. They celebrate Christmas a whole month. Kwanzaa
We gotta step our game up. We gotta step our game up.
We gotta step our game up. Kwanzaa didn't. I don't know if it came from Africa. Technically, but they celebrate the whole month for whatever reason. The whole month. Seriously, the whole freaking month they celebrate. I did not that piece. I did my homework on. I did that part. But 'tis the season to do and feel. It has become so Americanized, but everything, everything. People act like they scared to wear African colors, or even talk about African culture, or even or step up for somebody Black, or support the other one.
It's just a lack of. I just feel like it's a lack of education. Heck, we trying to get them to talk about more than just Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks in the history books, and when it comes to school and slavery. So it's like pulling teeth to try to get them to regularly talk about Kwanzaa, which is something that is not familiar to me, especially our younger generation.
Yep. When I was growing up, we did plays. We did.
Oh, yeah.
We dressed up as well-known Black entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We did that. That's how we did it. But now it's like It's not talked about. It's out of the history books. It's not discussed. And if you wear your hair in an afro, they want to try to send you away from school. If you wear it in braids, they want to try to send you away from school. So it's a lot of things that's happening right now that they're trying to, I guess, get rid of. But at
eliminate, yeah. And but we, you know,
what point do we
and
stand?
how can we fight against that though? Because it's barely, I mean, you get tired of hearing about the same two black people, you know what I mean, as our quote unquote history when we know that there's more.
There is more.
So, you know, I think it just has to be us teaching our kids and our kids just knowing the real Black history here at home,
Yeah.
but then and that includes Kwanzaa, and then taking it back to their friends and taking it back to everyone so that it's talked about more. So it's not seem like it's like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I don't understand what it is. So if it's talked about more, it's understood more.
Yep. And I look at it too. You got people that are in positions, you know, that are holding certain positions in the African American communities, or holding those African American culture, whatever, teaching classes at universities and doing all that. You're not bringing it back, but you're not bringing it back to the community. You know, if you bring it back to the community, you want to get paid for it. So what part are you trying to help the community with, knowing where we came from and what we're doing? You're trying to implement something. You're so quick to jump over to the other side, but you won't bring that back over to your people, even if it ain't but 5 people in the room. 5. You're doing something. You're holding a seminar. Everybody I know that's doing some kind of work in something, I always want some freaking money. I know everything in life ain't free, and it ain't. But at some point in time, you gotta want to give your people back something. Everybody ain't on social media. Everybody ain't on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and all that. So how do you reach those people? How do you tell the people, I'm over here on the corner giving you a lesson, or handing out pamphlets talking about Kwanzaa, talking about February being Black History Month, the reason why? How do we, you know, all of that when it comes to Black people? Who's doing that?
Nobody. We're at a point now where we're trying to get people to understand that not just February is Black History Month. Every day of our life is Black History Month. And Carolyn said Kwanzaa is a lifetime of living. We only talk about it once a year, and Carolyn, it's barely once a year, really, to be quite honest. I mean, to be quite honest, but outside of us talking here on the show, like, when was the last time you heard anything about Kwanzaa? Or seen a commercial?
Or seen a show? I mean, you know, a show actually talking about Kwanzaa. You know, you got all these Christmas, and that's the bad thing. This is what I don't like too. I don't like the fact that Kwanzaa falls between Christmas and New Year. You know, I don't like that fact that it falls between that point in time. That is, to me, is a bad time for us to be celebrating, because it's right after Christmas and it's right before the New Year.
So you really can't give it the type of attention. So I feel what you're saying. You feel like that it really doesn't get the type of attention that it deserves when it falling how it does.
Correct. And it doesn't, because it's overseen by Christmas. It's
and then the New Year.
And actually, we all need to be educated. I need to be educated on Kwanzaa, but you don't see these movies. You can start from November to January. You got all kind of Christmas movies playing on almost every channel. But there is nothing that you see about Kwanzaa. Nothing. You don't even, you know, I mean, can you bring in somebody to sit on a stage and talk about Kwanzaa? Can you do a play with somebody or with some kids, educating those on Kwanzaa? It ain't happening. They do.
How do we keep it? How do we keep it relevant if it's not relevant?
We lighting Christmas trees on the square, but we ain't doing nothing about Kwanzaa.
Right.
You ain't having no celebrations for Kwanzaa the whole week on the square or anywhere. You know, so what can we do? But like I said, everybody that I know that's in a position to do something or a place to do something other than here where we're talking about it now, they want to get paid for it.
It's money. It's monetary. Yeah, it's got to be something monetary tied to it.
I mean, they want to get paid. Everything that they do and how they do it, they want to get paid.
I mean, but that's everything. I mean, think about Christmas. what is it? Folks that's going broke. The advertisements for kids and the toys, and I got to have this, I have to have that, and then you and that, and then here comes New Year's, and we got to party, we got to celebrate, we got to buy this champagne, we got to go out, we got to, and so there's all these expectations that's blasted on social media, on TV, on commercials, on movies, everywhere.
But you see nothing about Kwanzaa. You see absolutely zero about Kwanzaa.
And this is why a lot of people love Thanksgiving, because you can't monetize Thanksgiving.
No. That's the time for being thankful. I think every day is a day of being thankful.
For sure.
But people particularly focus on Thanksgiving as being thankful, or telling God, thank you for whatever, all he has done. They specialize Thanksgiving for that, just Thanksgiving.
Because they have not found a way to capitalize on it monetarily.
But it's easier for them to do that for those holidays than Kwanzaa. And I have to ask the question, why? Because if you put that much time and effort and energy in Thanksgiving and Christmas, why aren't you putting that much time, effort, and energy in Kwanzaa?
You're right. And Carolyn, you are 1,000% right. They do pacify us on Black holidays, and especially the month of February is insane. Because we Black 365. I'm not just Black February for 28 short days.
Exactly. I throw my fist up at any time.
Okay.
I take a knee, a bow down, do whatever I gotta do.
Yeah.
Put your hands together anytime and anywhere. Because I am not ashamed or afraid of who I am and what color I am and where I came from.
Never.
At the end of the day, we need to start recognizing that. We do need to teach our children.
You're right, baby.
The Jews teach theirs and they started at home. I mean, and you see that all the time. You do, Beverly. That is so true. And then what part? And then here I go. Here I am. Where the church at? What role? The church will mention it. Oh, they'll talk about it. They will definitely talk about it. But they ain't doing nothing. For the month of December, why aren't you celebrating every Sunday a Kwanzaa Sunday? We're doing this on this Sunday for Kwanzaa. Nope, you want to wait until this week to start celebrating for the next 7 days for Kwanzaa. I mean, I'm just saying. Then you can take all of that and roll it on over into February, and you can keep that thing going for at least a whole 2 months. You don't have to wait until February. Thanksgiving is deep in our Black culture. Yes, it is. And it goes back to the slavery. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything that we do goes back to the slavery days. But why aren't we implementing? I'm telling you, it's quick for us to get up there and do all this other stuff. But ain't nobody thinking about Kwanzaa and why it really started. We're not trying to educate each other, Black folks, white folks, or nothing. We get so lost in the Christmas sauce that we fail to realize and forget those that suffered in the Watts riots back in California in 1966. The reason why Kwanzaa was even today, the reason why it was even established. It is supposed to make our communities better, or we're supposed to think differently and better of our communities, but we don't, because we don't have nobody teaching what it's really about. Yeah, you want to put on your kente cloth, you want to wrap your hair up in the thing.
I just feel like it's more knowledge about it at a lot of the HBCUs. Like, a lot of people don't know about it until they get to college, which is kind of really insane. And it goes back to what she said, like, we should be teaching our kids that here at home, because to wait till you get to college, or, you may not go to a HBCU. How else would you find out about this?
Right.
It's sad.
And the younger you are, if you do know it, and if you decide to go to a PWI, you go to a PWI, wherever you go, you can then, if you're educated on it, now you can tell them. Now you can start something at that school, at that PWI. You can start that, Kwanzaa there, which will roll over into February. It's a lot of things that we can do as Black folks that we don't do,
So let's do that. So let us in 2022 do something different. Add something new. If you ain't used to celebrate Kwanzaa, or you're not educated on it, it's today, it's 2021, and get a little education on it so that when it rolls back around next year, you do better. But you're talking about it through that time so that when it comes, it's not a surprise, like, oh, I forgot. It is Kwanzaa.
Right. It's easy. It's like you won't forget. You know, I don't have to worry about wearing the red, green, and black colors just on a specific week or for a particular month. You know,
Right.
what does it really mean? What does Kwanzaa really mean? And why are we letting Christmas overtake Kwanzaa? You know, why can't we implement it and put it all in together?
Together.
We celebrating it all.
Correct.
You know, we celebrating everything. You know, we supposed to be anyway. You know, because if it wasn't for Jesus Christ, wouldn't be no Kwanzaa.
And I like and that's maybe the reason why it's in the middle, because Jesus is the reason for the season, and then you got the Kwanzaa that's just like right in the middle. It's a segue into, you know what I mean? So I mean, maybe it's a reason why it happened like it did.
I mean, we can't figure it all out in one day.
No,
but we know what
we done shed some light on it now.
Hey.
So now you take it back with you, and you do a little homework. You do a little something. You know, we hear from there. We plant the seed. That's all we can do.
It's all about the nuggets. You know, we pass out them nuggets.
That's it.
Even if it's even if you put it on a flyer and pass it out and do whatever you want to do with it or how you want to do it. I mean, that's at least educating somebody on what Kwanzaa is all about. You know, you're educating someone, even if, you know, if you put it on your social media page once a week, you know, or once a day, and let it carry over until February, and you keep doing it, because you can repeat the same stuff. You know, that's the only way we learn stuff is by being repetitive.
They say by seven times, you know, 7 times you done picked it up. It's a new habit.
Yep. Being repetitive. You can put your face on there and put the quote on the side of it. I mean, let the people know what you're thinking about. You know, we don't have to wait until February to mix in Kwanzaa and Black History Month all at the same time. Because normally that's what some people do. That's what they do. But try to carry something different over into 22. Leave that bug crap in 21. Be better in 22. Because there's a whole lot of things that's going to change that we're doing differently, and that with you know, prayer, we're going to be doing better. So
yes,
what you want to do, and how
you gotta lead it. You gotta lead the past. You gotta let the past be the past, and let's move forward in the future.
Yes, and if you see it, call it out. Call it out if you see it. You know, that's a lot of times I think that we afraid to do. We see something, we scared to call it out. No, call it out. There's a way to do it. Now, I ain't saying you got to call it out.
Decency intact, of course.
You ain't got to.
We always say what? If you see something, what? Say something.
Say something. You ain't got to pull your weave out and just, you know, let them tell them.
You can pull the person to the side. You know, hey, can I have a conversation with you real quick? You know, XYZ. You know what I mean? It's just a time, a place, a way to do things.
And if they accept it, they accept it. If they don't, you did your part. You know, that's all you can do. You did your part. You know, I'm talking to somebody earlier, you know, and that's another thing we was talking about. It's like, you know, my grandma did say, ain't nothing wrong with giving folks the time of day. But sometimes I find that very difficult. I find that hard to do. I try not to take it over into the next year, but every year I seem to just keep it. It
just roll over like Walmart.
It just roll over. I try to be better on that, you know, because there ain't nothing wrong with giving somebody the time of day. But I got to work on that. I'm still working. That's a piece of me that I'm still working on. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm that kind. I'm that kind wholeheartedly. Lord forgive me, but I ain't got to speak to you. I ain't got to talk to you. I ain't got to say nothing to you. But I'm working on that part. I am sure you can be in the same room with me. I don't even see you. But
that's all right. That's all right though, because guess what? That's a forward progression. We all working on something, right? None of us have it all together. It's always something that we can do better in. So yes.
And I might take that down with me. It might go to the grave with me. That I'm still working on it, but I'm working on it. Just know
that's all that matters. That's what matters. That's what counts. Yes.
Listen, everybody don't deserve the time of day. I'm just saying. If they treat you wrong or did something that's just totally like possibly. Lord say we should forgive everybody. I'm working on some of that
It's
too.
a challenge. It's a challenge.
Sweet baby Jesus. Is it a challenge?
It's a challenge.
It's beyond a challenge. That's why I do have to ask you.
But it's a move forward. It's definitely a move forward to even be able to get to the place where you can admit that, like, I'm kind of struggling with that. That's gonna be kind of hard for me. I'm going to try.
Girl, you better say it, Carolyn, because you know how we can do it. Our tongues is like a sword.
Hey.
That tongue will cut you quickly.
You hear me? Deeply.
It will cut you hard. And you're right, Carolyn. You are absolutely right. It's good to say nothing and rather say something, because somebody just might get their feelings hurt with that tongue.
Because my mama used to say, what? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't what? Don't say nothing at all.
But Carolyn told me some just don't speak that day. Girl, the next day either if I see you. I mean, I'm working on it. I'm just saying.
She working on it. She recognizes that there's an issue.
I am.
She's working. That's all that matters.
You know, and that's why I do have to ask God to forgive me every day. Because that right there, that piece right there.
You'd be like, Lord, I can't stand.
Pray for me. I want y'all to pray for me on that one. Because this is my thing. If the person never comes to you, and I'm sure this didn't happen to just more than me, by more than one or two or three or four or five people. I'm sure if they can never come to you and own up to what they did, what am I gonna be nice to them for?
And that's real, because it's how do I take you now? You know what I mean? Like, and I just don't understand as adults how that's so challenging. Like, you feel the way you feel, I feel the way I feel. Let's put it on the table. This is what happened. Let's be honest in what happened, and then move forward. But everybody, they not there yet.
They're not. And my thing is, I'm good. Now, one thing I don't hate nobody. I mean, I don't hate nobody. I just don't fool with you.
There you go. I love you from a distance.
I just don't
take care of them, Jesus.
That's
take
right. Because you ain't got to come to my house. I ain't got to go to yours.
There you go.
I just don't fool with you. I mean, one thing period.
You know what they say, when a person show you who they are the first time, you better believe them. Okay,
you know, exactly. My thing is, everybody got boundaries. You know your boundaries.
For real. Yes, keep them 1,000. Yes.
And you're right.
You're right. You better not hold your breath. You better not hold your breath, because it's over.
They would never admit they're wrong, their faults or their shortcomings. They won't. We all fall short on a daily basis. That's why I've got to ask God to forgive me on a daily basis.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, if somebody know they wronged you or you wronged them, that's the first thing you should do.
That's calling it out. And that's what we mean by calling it out. I mean, call it out.
I'm like, no, I don't have to speak to you. Sorry, I'm working on that piece. So in 22, I'm working on that piece. I'm still working on that. How you doing? I can't even get that piece out yet. Now, I ain't got to have no conversation. I can't even get that how you doing out yet, you know. So y'all pray for me, because
that's all right. That's all right. Slow walk that thing.
You know yourself. You got to know yourself. There are boundaries. Because sometimes it's the way I feel too. If you start that how you doing, they might feel that's a gateway of opening things up, and in the conversation, they
or you accepting, or you over it, like no.
Yeah. That could be a way that they feel like the door is open. Come on in, and no, I'm not. No, and you're right.
No.
Sugarcoat it at all. That's why, Jennifer, I keeps it moving. I don't even see you in the same room with me, because you're a
non-MF factor.
You're a non-factor. That's right. As Tammy Rowland used to say on Housewives, you are a non-factor.
Right. We're not gonna give you that time. We're not gonna give you that energy, right? Look.
And it's like, how do people keep thinking that you even trying to want to talk to me after you done told them no, after you done said I ain't got no time for you, after they know you ain't fooling with you, but they still try to press on.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. I
I ain't
don't.
fooling with you. Don't keep pressing it. Don't
They
press it.
be trying it. They be trying it, boy. I tell you.
Let it go. How
You
many
be
times
like,
I got to tell you no?
Lord, put forgiveness in my spirit because I'm telling you,
Leave it.
they
Not
is
me. I'm
pushing it. They
done.
want to address the issue, but they want to address you on other things. Like, no, that's not okay.
Exactly.
Hey,
What up,
Tracy, thanks for
Tracy?
tuning
Hey,
in.
you ain't never too
That's
late.
all right. She
I
charged
tell
me for
people
the
all the
course.
time, you ain't never late. You on time. Me
That's
either.
right.
Me either, Beverly. I don't get it either. When you tell people no, you ain't fooling with them. Why do they keep pressing and pushing the issue? Why they even want to know what's going on with you? Why they even want to ask somebody? Well, what about so and so? Well, why Sandy this and why Sandy that? Well, it might be because it ain't none of your business and she don't fool with you. Can you say that? But I'm trying to do better in 22. I'm just saying. I'm trying not to take that over in 22, but it's a work in progress.
So our viewers, our listeners, we got y'all attention, y'all chiming in, and we love it. You know, it's Wind Down Wednesday. We would like to know if it's anything that you would change. That's what we've talked about. What would you change if it was anything that you would change? And what baggage are you not taking into 2022? So those are the few of
Exactly.
the hot topics that we talked about right now. So if you guys tuning in, whether it's late, whether it's just now, doesn't matter. Talk to us. What's your opinion on that?
I said my dog. If I could change anything, I wouldn't have my dog right now. I would have said no. I would have
No,
said no.
she's trying to backpedal. She said nothing.
I would have said no to the dog. But no, with me, I wouldn't change anything because I have learned a lot by the things that have taken place in my life. So I wouldn't
Same
change
here.
anything. And what I would do better in 22 is try not to make sure I don't do what I did in 21. Just try to do better. Try to do better and be better at what I'm already doing. Just
Right. And mine's the same. I didn't want to change anything because I feel like everything is a learning lesson. And sometimes the learning lesson repeats itself because we ain't got it yet. God, like, she ain't got it just yet. So it repeats. But as far as taking something to 22, obviously more positivity, more laughs, more fun. And just being more just simple, the
yep,
simple things of life. Everything is not always going to be calculated and mapped out, and that's okay.
yep, and that's fine. But I will say be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you're taking on because everybody is different. The expectations of others are different. And I do still say no new friends because I don't need any. I got enough. I meet people all the time? Absolutely. I still meet people. I will
Stay
continue to
networking.
meet
Oh
people.
yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you got to be my friend. So I'm definitely going to say no new friends. Yes, Jennifer, we are
Yes, we all
still
are,
in progress.
for
But
sure.
no, I don't need no new friends. I'm thankful for the friends that I have.
Carolyn
Yes,
said ditto.
yes. Ain't nobody playing with them.
The
No,
older you get, the simpler you want things to be. Okay. No
absolutely.
time for no nonsense.
Ain't nobody perfect. We all struggle on a daily basis, but no new friends for me. So what is it? Think about it, because a lot of people don't think about it. What is it that you would do differently if you could? If you would have, if you could, what is it that you would have done differently or that you could do differently? And what are you taking into 22? Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't take nothing negative into 22. You should want to start from scratch. And I often say, if you haven't spoken to somebody, well, that ain't me though. If it's somebody that's on your mind,
Wait, she had to put that out there first. She had to put that out there.
if it's somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, but you on good terms, just give them a call. Give them a shout out, hit them
Hey,
up.
what's up? I didn't want nothing. Just checking.
Check in on them, because every once in a while, 'tis the season where people need to be checked in on. So check in on them. But I think everybody that I know, I pretty much have checked in on everybody. They checked in on me. But God is good. He has always been good. He continues to be good, and for that I am grateful and thankful to
Yes.
all of my family, all of my friends, because Last month, we thought we was gonna lose my sister, but God blessed her and she's still here. Praise Jesus.
Yes, yes.
And then I got a brother that's struggling with cancer. Just got some good news by him today. So, a great praise report. So these are the reasons why I am positive in and positive out. Because I ain't got time for no foolishness.
And the negativity only weighs you down.
God is
Who needs that? Who needs that? No one needs that.
Nobody needs it. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. I got people around me that I love and that loves me. That's a great support system. Because, that's what it takes. With all of this COVID-19 and consistently dying and the numbers are rising and,
you need a team. We all need a team. Like, you
gotta have
can't
that
get through this
support.
stuff. Yeah, you cannot get through these things alone by yourself. Now, we ain't saying your team got to be 30 people. I mean, your team could be 2 people. Whatever you feel your team is, it's going to be on your side and it's going to push you to be the best and you're going to push them to be the best. That's what we're talking about.
And not only that, you ain't got to have, it's just, you want love in your circle or your square or your box or your triangle.
Or your heart or whatever you call it.
That's all you want. Because if you're surrounded by that, it can't nothing beat that. Can't nothing beat that. Nothing. Since I have retired, life for me has been wonderful.
Yes, it is.
I'm pretty much doing some of the stuff that I haven't done in years. What's my next venture? Keep watching, keep looking, but most of all, keep praying. But I don't know. Courtney told me today, you need a hobby. I was like, girl, after 30 years of working, who needs a hobby? No, my hobby is doing whatever I want to do. That's my hobby.
She wants you to join a knitting group.
Yeah, I'm like, want me to sit up there, go to the gym with the old folk, go have coffee at McDonald's and talk about what? No, girl, no.
Yeah,
pick up a real hobby. I'm good. I am good.
Yes, I'm excited because it's about to be 2022. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Y'all know how we do it. This is the last Wednesday of 2021. So we got some big things happening. We cooking up some stuff. We always got some stuff moving and shaking. So you guys definitely have to stay tuned.
Yep.
Go to the Tuck Radio page. Go to my personal page, Shanice Gibson Arnold, or go to I ain't gonna put your business out there, but go to Tuck Radio page or the other page. Y'all know who y'all is.
Y'all know who it is.
The right folks got the right info, but go to the page to see the updates, to see what we got coming up. And we're doing it big, so keep tuning in.
We really are. We're not saying that, there's some new things. Tracy came by to see us last week.
Yes.
Location. Where we're broadcasting from. She came and got her a t-shirt. So it's like we're broadcasting in a different location starting next month. We're doing different things with different people starting next month. So 22 is going to be a great year. It's going to be a phenomenal year. We're just deciding to do something different, but we want you guys to be safe, and be smart. But don't stop living. Don't stop living now. Please don't stop living, because you can't live in a box forever.
Never. Be safe out there. Wash your hands.
Yes.
Stay your distance. Wear your mask. Don't get complacent. Don't think this thing is over, because it's not. Just stay safe. Think of others. Think of yourself, and definitely have a great, safe new year. And we've come to actually the point of our show where we do our positive quotes. So
and thanks, Sister Belle, because you know the journey.
Yes.
And my thing is continue to pray for those in Kentucky. There's those that are, a lot of people can't fly out now because of the Omicron and because of weather in some places. So when we know things are happening, there's a shortage of food going on. Just
a shortage of everything.
Yeah. Just continue to pray, because troubles don't last always. And if you're gonna get into some trouble, get into some good trouble.
Right.
But just note that it ain't lasting always. This will too pass, but we just gotta pray that it, we move beyond. But things are looking up, people. Things are looking up. Just
Gotta
be
pray.
safe.
Gotta
you
show
gotta
grace
pray.
and show love. Yeah.
Mass
sure.
love, mass
Yeah.
love. And then I want to give a shout out to my girl, Stephanie Simmons and Freddie Luke,
Hey.
who lost their sister on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. She was barely 40, if that. So just continue to pray for each other.
Our
This
condolences,
time,
family.
you know, what up, Akeem?
Hey, Akeem. We ain't seen you in a while. Where you been at?
Look, he said he stopping in before we dip. But yeah, we about to dip.
Yes.
But continue to pray for everybody. You know, it's hard when you lose somebody during the holiday season. But just pray that, you know, God will make a way and see them through whatever. Because that was I'm really close to the family. I've always been close to the family for years. So continue to pray for them, because that was a hard one to swallow, and it still is. Her baby's birthday was on Christmas Day. So just continue to pray for the family as they go through their loss. And, you know, we'll continue to pray here at Tuck Radio.
Sure.
Akeem, thank you very much.
Yes, definitely.
And you continue to be
You
yourself,
too.
Akeem.
That's right.
Thank you,
Jennifer.
Y'all tune in next year, because we're going to have some different people. I can't even tell you who our first guest going to be in January. You got to tune in and see, because we are doing some different things with some good people, some famous people. You just got to tune in. They won't be at the studio. They will not be with us.
We done thought all the
Yeah.
game. We done thought about it. So
Yeah, they won't be with us, but you know, please
you get to
watch,
see them.
because
That's right.
they will be there. They will be there. You'll be seeing them and be able to talk to them and call in as well. So it's a whole lot of things that we're doing differently and moving up. We're doing better and we're moving up. So we just gonna need you to continue to watch and pray for us. And at that point, hey, it's time to get up out of here.
Yes. So it's time for our positive quotes. We thank you all for tuning in. We have listeners globally, so we're grateful for that. So we just say that you guys have a very safe new year. I want to see you guys on the other side. Do your best. My positive quote is basically just be your best and do your best. Be your best at all times and do your best in all things. So happy early new year to you guys.
Yes, happy new year. Be your best, do your best, be healthy, be safe, be smart, and just be who you are. We love you. We thank you for helping us in 2021, because had it not been for you all, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be on here. We wouldn't be able to talk to you guys. This is what we love to do.
For sure.
But next year, we're planning on doing it bigger and better. Drink some kombucha. We know it's wind down Wednesday, but we got to be safe.
For sure.
We got to be safe. We are drinking safe now, but 22, hey, we're praying that we get sponsorship by a wine vendor, so we'll be able to
share some wines with you. Yeah.
And, from different places. We're praying, so Black owned at that. So continue.
And if you're tuning in, if you're tuning in and you'd like to be a sponsor, just hit us up in the comments.
Hey, there go my sister from
Hey.
Marge. What's up, Marjorie?
Hey, thanks for tuning in. We love you too.
Bishop Hope, we love you too, but you're a little late because it's time to get up off the show.
That's all right. Run it back.
I just said I'm drinking kombucha.
But it is Wind Down Wednesday. So if you know a sponsor,
I'm drinking kombucha, Bishop. I'm drinking kombucha. It's good for you. It's healthy for you, because we are promoting healthiness over here as well. Although red wine, the doctor say it's good for you. And not only that, Jesus turned water into wine. So it ain't like I can't drink it, because he turned it into wine. Now, what color did he? It was red, I think. Come on, help me sing. Help me out sing. He waved his hand over the cup. He turned the water into wine. How do I know that communion? How do I know it ain't wine in that communion cup?
Deacon Missionary Saints and Friends.
I do feel a little tipsy after I drink that little bit of wine out of that communion cup. Now, come on, somebody. Come on. I don't Look here now, you know, can't join in. You got to be born in it. She talking about you drinking, girl. Change that name. Wine. What we gonna change it to? WIND? Wind.
Yeah,
Wind?
nope. Everything in moderation. Never too much.
No, that's right. Kombucha. If you Google kombucha, look what it is. You can get a little tipsy off of drinking kombucha too, but it's supposed to be healthy for you. But go on and ask your doctor about that red wine, and then how about you come back and let me know what he say it does for the blood system. I'm just saying. A little dab will do you, but this is kombucha. I promise you. This is kombucha. You got to stay healthy because of the Omicron. Come on now. We teaching health on here too. Health and
Healthy wellness. That's
Health
right.
and wellness. That's what we're about. So we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bishop Holt, I'm going to have you on next year so you can talk to the people yourself.
There
We got to have you on too, because see, that people don't know that my sister is a bishop, got a PhD.
That's what's up.
Got a master's, know how to decorate your house from the bottom to the top, work for the city of Toledo, you know, work for the mayor in the past. I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff. See, y'all didn't know all that.
All right now.
I got some peoples in my family. So y'all tune in because you never know who you're going to see. Different time, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, different location. We're going to lock the door so y'all can't come in too, though, because don't be just stopping by.
And they be popping up.
Listen, better tell us you coming because you ain't getting in. But anyway, we love y'all. We have got to go. It's enough of clowning and carrying on. But hey, tune in next year. We got something for you. You know,
positive quote.
My positive quote is you got to live, love, laugh, and be happy. And y'all know what I say, positive in, positive out. But at the end of the day, and I live by this wholeheartedly because it's a reason why God continues to bless me and my family and my friends. It is always, I don't care what you say. It is always better to give than it is to receive. We love y'all and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you guys next year.